Hello there. Once again, we are back with another episode of the Epyon Royal podcast with my co-host to my right in our all-new desk setup. Introduce yourself.
It's your boy Nando, aka your granddaddy. What's good?
The real daddy.
The best daddy.
Well, come on. That's like a prison daddy.
That was the most like white person thing I've ever heard you say. Just
listen.
Oh, come on.
You sound like a prison daddy. You sound like my daddy, bro. You gotta put in them hours. Daddies everywhere are pissed right now. And I know hella daddies that listen to this podcast. You gotta put in them doo-doo hours. You know what RDH means? No. Real doo-doo hours. RDH, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. You might have doo-doo hours from the McDonald's you ate that night because you didn't have time to cook. You know what I'm saying? So now you and the baby got RDH. What are you going to do about that? Yeah, that's right.
We definitely not eating no McDonald's, I'll tell you that.
I bet you are.
Bet I ain't.
I bet you will.
I bet you I can feed my family twice before I fuck with McDonald's.
Show do.
Whack Arnold's.
Anyway.
Stomachache.
Come on. Our other podcast member, go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
Doug Peters, aka Salt Donut.
AKA, during Warped Tour, his right arm had like 3rd-degree sunburn.
Yeah.
I was like, well, stop hitting that vape pen. He had this vape pen and it smelled like grapes.
Yeah.
And the whole time.
Oh, yeah. It was grape Hubba Bubba. Like, straight up tasted like Hubba Bubba. That shit was awesome.
And I was like, at first I was cool with it. And then there was like white dust all over the dashboard. I'm like, Doug, this dust is coming from the vape. He's like, dude, no way. I use this all the time. Like, I've never seen this. I literally do this like a day later, it's more dust. I was like, fuck this shit. I licked my finger and I went. I put the finger in my mouth. It was gross.
Grape.
It tastes like Armor All and grape. So for like the whole Warped Tour, like Doug's window was down pretty much. He's using his vape thing. I'm just like, as long as it keeps him awake. Like, we're barely staying alive.
Yeah, for real.
My window's down. I'm like,
that was exactly how I stayed awake. That just like gave me something to do so I wouldn't fall asleep.
Yeah, I was like, normally this shit would bother me, but we gotta get going. The whole car was filthy. It was like full of sand.
It was like, it wasn't like like one of those crumbly granola bar things like what Robbie tried to do.
Yeah, Robbie, just cause you have 0.5% body fat and eat crumbly ass granola bars doesn't mean you're welcome to do that in my car.
In the Bugatti.
In the Bugatti. The 2010 Bugatti. Anyways, we're back with another episode. Guys, I got something to tell you.
What's good?
What?
And tomorrow at 1 p.m., I have an investor meeting with some extremely rich people for Epyon Royal.
Ooh.
I'm serious. This ain't a joke.
For real?
Yeah, and I'm going. Well, I can't tell you where, but I'm going to. Well, I can tell you where after this, but yes, some very rich people, and they support the brand. Like, they've been buying from the brand for like the past few years since I lived in the house. You know.
Yeah.
They were buying back then too.
Oh shit.
So,
is that like how you first met them, or?
No, one of the people I went to high school with.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of crazy because they just hit me up at like 3 in the morning one night, or like, because they're married or whatever, and they're just like, hey, you know, we were talking, you know, we really want to see what your schedule's like, we want to meet up. But it was at like 3 in the morning, so I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, people don't do that when they're not enthusiastic about something.
Yeah, when they're not like serious about it.
So to me, it's like somebody that's like extremely established in a couple different business ventures that they do, that not only like likes the brand, but they've already given me like probably a couple grand worth of sales. And they, like, for Christmas, they bought like a bunch of family member shirts and matching shirts and shirts for their kids and stuff like that. So they're like they like the brand. They've been super supportive, and they care enough about it to like DM me at like 3 a.m. And it's not like I was posting anything like, oh man, I need investors. Like I anytime I post some shit like that, I delete it because I'm like, I don't want to deal with all that. I don't want to meet with people and shit with broke people. That's really what it is. Like,
yeah, because that's most of what you would have gotten is just people
dusty.
Yeah, exactly.
Like people that are just like passive income, or I'm like, bruh, like if you had, I want people that's gonna work with me. Like you gotta be. What do you bring to the table?
Yeah,
dusty.
Yeah.
What
exactly.
does $10,000 do for me?
Right.
Oh, but anyways, so yeah, that's happening tomorrow in the afternoon. Meeting at a fancy restaurant.
Yeah.
It has 2 money signs on Google, so I'm assuming it's fancy. And I don't know.
It ain't that fancy, not the 2.
Listen, well, no.
You ain't walked in on them Thor boys.
Anything that is not Chipotle, anything better, like more fancy than Chipotle is fancy. That's like 90% of this dude's diet.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
I had to throw away like 70% of a Chipotle. And I threw away like half of hers. Like, bro.
That's depressing.
It's so much food though.
It's depressing.
And I wasn't coming back to the office. Like, I just couldn't get to it in time. And the office fridge isn't like a deep refrigerator that's going to keep chicken and
yeah, you can't put a lot in there.
Dairy, like
it's like barely a like water bottle deep.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, like you can't keep it that cold.
Oh.
You know how it's not that cold?
Yeah.
Like
well, it's you've had that thing for a long time too, so it's like older and it's already like small.
Yeah. So even though I wanted to eat, I was like, oh, I'm gonna take both of these leftovers home and I'm mixing them up. Like I was excited and I was like, they're not even like the right temperature in this fridge for 2 days. Then I'm gonna transport them in like the car, which is hot, and then I'm gonna eat them the next day. I said nope.
Yeah, that sounds like the bubbly's waiting to happen.
Yeah. No, so I threw them out. It's messed up.
Rest in peace, Chipotle.
Rest in peace. All the kids love Chipotle though.
I haven't had Chipotle in a while, and I've been thinking about going and getting it.
You should get it. Yeah. You might like it. After you don't have it for a while, I feel like you can appreciate it more.
Yeah,
especially if you're trying to be healthy.
Yeah. I think the last time I had Chipotle was when I still worked at Journeys, and you dropped by my store and brought food.
When Daddy took care of you. I said, oh man, Doug has been working a lot, man. I'm gonna go try on shoes I don't want to buy right now.
Even he's gonna try to give me and trying to get me to buy them for him, even though I'm offering a 40% discount.
Yeah, even if the $80 shoe I want is 40% off, I'm like, yo, Doug, come on, bro. I surprised him. I brought him Chipotle. It wasn't the only time I ever brought him food. I'm pretty sure I picked him up some Panera or some shit. You know, I miss those days, you know, where Doug was locked down in one place and I could just go harass him at work.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm bored. Let's go harass Doug with the dog.
Yep.
While he's trying to sell shoes and shit.
Shout out to Journeys.
No. Fuck that place.
Dang,
hey, Genesco hit my line.
I like it.
You can still sell my product.
Tried that at one point. I literally, at one point when I first moved back, I sent emails into Genesco to try to get them to carry EpyonRoyal.
And we were calling them.
Yeah, I called them and shit. Like,
yeah, Doug was like, you know, it's like
I sent in emails from my store and shit. I even asked my DM if he knew anybody I specifically needed to message.
Yeah, we did the research. We were trying to find the buyer department.
Yeah. I like went through all the contacts. Yeah. Total abuse of my power at that company. But I don't work there anymore, so they can eat a dick.
Yeah, I was like, Doug, don't they sell Tweety Bird shirts? And he's like, yep. I was like,
yep.
Right, we can't sell it there.
Yep.
We can't sell it there.
That's exactly how it went, too.
I'm like, don't they sell glittery Tasmanian devil shirts? Like
no more.
No, they don't do anything glittery. But like, everything's just like super pop culture.
Like the black shirt with the white Bugs Bunny. That's the full length of the shirt.
Yeah, that was the staff shirt for a while. I have like 3 of those bitches at my house.
That's crazy.
It's
gonna be a Van shirt, a Bob Marley shirt.
Yep.
A skull head,
a drug
shirt.
rug,
a
drug
rug shirt,
a bunch of drug rugs. No, they don't. They didn't have a whole lot of camo stuff when I worked there. They do some. They do now. I see that because they have a lot more like Fila and like athletic wear and shit there.
Fuck Fila.
No, not fuck Fila.
Fila
got a couple.
I went in there the other day and this shit was like all the shit. I didn't even want to try anything on when I went there, and like I used to actually really like the products and like all the shoes that we had and shit, because we always had like really dope Adidas and shit. I walked in, I was like, man, all this stuff looks dumb as hell, or it looks no different than when I left.
You want to know something interesting though about the new Fila products, or like last year, like in January, the Fila products? Yeah. I was like, oh, cool. They're like in a race. They have some cool shit. Like they have the tapered sweatpants and they have some chunky shoes with like really simple design. And then like the next week they immediately turn left off the road into a ditch, and they have like the big giant Fila sign on the side with the navy blue shoe with the white sole that looks like the Air Force One that says Fila on the front, Fila on the back with the big ass tongue tab. And then you got the shoes with the pants that say Fila. It's too much. They turned into like what's that? You ever heard of that brand? It's like luxury footwear, and the like logo is like a lion, and you always found it's like one of those brands now. It's like bootleg, and then the like, chunky shoe.
Like you talking about like when Champion went to Walmart?
Well, no, because Champion just like had basic silhouettes at Walmart. They're still in Walmart. They just had like the basic sweatshirt, the basic, but they weren't relevant.
That's all I used to rock. When
5 years ago, bands. Champion was not fucking relevant, and I was like, my screen printer's like, bro, if you get the Champion shorts with the logo on the side, they're cheaper than the other ones. And I still got them. And I'm like, no, I hate that. That's cheap to me. I hate having the other logo on there. And then now it's like people are like printing on Champion blank shirts. Like the wholesale cost is like $7 per shirt, like from the wholesale. And then they have that embroidered thing on there, and people are like, yeah, I'm printing on a Champion shirt with the Champion logo. But the actual shirt is like trash. You know, like, so it's just, shit flips, and like, but I think what Champion did was cool, and like, I think they came out with some cool shit, and
they did it at the perfect timing too.
Yeah, they just ran the wave to shore. They didn't like fucking crash into a shark. Whereas like Fila, they could have just like slowly, because like all those old dudes love that shit, so they could have had like the most subtle tapered jogger with subtle patterns, chunky shoe, subtle. That way all the old dudes that wear the shit, and the like, I don't know who else wears it, but it's like a lot of old guys wear the whole kit with the hat, and the I was gonna say little Asian girls wear
but that's like now
Fila. Well, that's like a trend in like South Korea. Fila is like kind of,
I didn't know that. Yeah, they should have just did what Champion did. Champion, when they started to like blow up at that time that they did, they just basically acted as if they didn't stop. Like when they were popular back in the day, they just kind of picked up where they left off. Fila could have done that and it would have been a lot smarter, but instead they were just like, oh shit, Adidas is making some weird ass shit, Puma's making weird shit, they're selling like crazy based off like their old designs, let's do the same thing. And they just started making really just way too much weird shit at once. Adidas even has some shit now that looks like Fila Disruptors. It's the dumbest shit ever.
Doug, there's kids listening to this podcast. You can't say the S word as a substitute, bro. Kids, I apologize on behalf of Doug, bro. Doug's like, yeah, you get the shoelaces in S, and then they got this big S. Oh, we got to tie the S to the S. Kids, I apologize.
It's all right.
It's nothing you haven't heard before, but
exactly.
Fernando's reeling. He's a nice Christian boy. He doesn't like to hear that word either.
We gotta keep it.
But yeah, Doug,
you know what I'm saying? I got a baby on the way.
Doug's original point was right though. In the forest of S words, Doug was right.
Yeah.
Facts was spoken.
But you, what do you think of that investor thing? Are you curious?
Yeah.
What do you think it means?
I mean, you ain't tell us nothing other than that's
what
I can't tell.
I wouldn't be able to give you like a full
I gotta go to the meeting.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to give you like a full thought on that without knowing more details. Like on the surface, that's interesting, it's exciting, but there's not enough details to like elaborate on.
Doug, what if they gave me 1,000% for 10%? Think about what I'm saying.
I don't even know what that means. You need to watch Shark Tank some more because that don't make sense.
You don't know what it means.
I know exactly.
You're not supposed to know what it means.
Yeah, I know exactly.
What if that was the circumstance without blowing the lid off what this means? Now he's like, oh damn.
Now I gotta think. Well, now I gotta think about it.
He's already trying to spend the money and shit. He's like, oh, okay, we could get a store, I guess. And
well, I'm just like, yeah, and that's kind of what's going on in my head. Is like, okay, well, what would that money be used for, and would that be worth what's being given up?
Well, what if the 1,000% was for me because I'm selling my equity?
Yeah, bro,
it's just for me to go into my pocket. And then they still would give me a budget for the things that.
Oh, so it's like not with the like it's in intentions to use on other shit, or.
Well, it's like when they watch
it's like an angel investor.
But like on Shark Tank, they're like, okay, I'm gonna give you $100,000 for 50% of your business, right? Mm-hmm. And so that 100,000 isn't a credit for them to use on the business. It's Maggie gets $100,000 minus 40% to go into her bank account. Whether she uses that on a business, that's not part of the deal. But the other part is when the investor's like, oh, I got connections in China, like I'll invest, I'll bootstrap the entire inventory. That's like the benefits when they're like, oh, I'm gonna come out of my own pocket to pay for 100 pairs of cowboy boots because I believe we can sell them, like, so.
Well, I don't think. Well, Shark. It's not exactly like that.
Well, no. Every deal is different.
Well, yeah, you like have to have a reason to spend the money on the business. It's not just for. That's why I was getting confused.
Not every deal. And then sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna hire you on as an employee."
Well, no, every single deal is because when they come out, they have to like explain why they need the money and how it's gonna benefit the business. I watched every episode of Shark Tank like 4 times. Anyways, I know what you mean, and I know what you're trying to say.
There's a bunch of different contingencies. So what I'm saying is, my payout could be completely separate from just like money that's allocated towards the brand. Because if you're an operating partner, then that means you're assuming some of the risk, and the liability, and all of that.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But who knows? I'm just being optimistic, and it's like for me to be like more transparent. For me, it's like if nothing big comes from it, it just is affirmation that like the fact that Doug and I are out there every weekend at every big event and
we're doing the right thing.
And now Doug's like a character on the show, even though he was always a character on the show. But like now he's like one of the mouthpieces that's out there. People ask for him when he's gone and shit like that. Like little lady trying to bring him like food and stuff like that. Like, where's Doug at? I brought a popsicle. I was like, I don't know, but I'll have to.
You didn't tell me they tried to bring me food. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, Teddy bought me and probably a couple other people EJs.
Yeah, Teddy.
So if you were there, I'm sure he would have been like, what does Dougie Fresh want?
Yeah, always. Yep.
But yeah, so I'm
excited to see Teddy.
But yeah, nonetheless, it's just positive affirmation that no matter what,
we're doing the right things.
Yeah, no, people are paying attention, you know? And it's like, if you rewind the clock like 6 years ago, it was like 20% of my sales even came from Michigan. And then like 80% of my sales came from overseas, like Japan and fucking Germany and all these places. And now it's like flip-flop where like that 80% is from like literally Detroit zip codes, Hazel Park, and other kind of
Metro Detroit area,
surrounding area zip codes. Mm-hmm. And then the other 20% is like, it's still like international mostly in like other states, but now it's like
it's completely not local.
Reverse.
Yeah.
So, but we had to pull that from somewhere.
Yeah.
We didn't create the energy. We just took it from somebody. So other brands locally, whether it's through the market or just brands with like brick and mortars, we're obviously pulling attention from them, especially with like the katakana and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it just shows like even if there's like a weekend where it's like, oh, it rained out, we didn't get the sales we wanted, or oh, we didn't get on this event and blah, blah. It's like the fact that we're there and we're commanding attention and giving stickers away and all that, it means like people like the investors I was talking about are paying attention on more than just like a surface level.
Yeah.
And they like the way we carry ourselves, the way we dress, the way we speak with the customers, how quick it is, like how we explain things. Like these are all things that customers express, and like you can't really replicate that online. And it's just crazy that through all of that,
and you can't like fake that. You can't.
You can't fake it neither, especially not in Detroit, because everybody's a little angry about something. So when you come with bullshit, they're
happy to call you out.
Why are you bringing this bullshit to me?
Facts.
And
we don't just got time.
Call out.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, call out.
We do not have time for bullshit. It's like, you know what I'm saying, Detroit turned into like a sandbox. Like, if you build something, it better be nice, because
we just wipe it out.
We don't have time. Most people got 3 and 4 jobs. When I buy a shirt, it better be fresh. We don't have time for the wax shit. We don't have time for it. You can go to New York, get you an I Love New York shirt 1,000 times, and it's gonna be fucking printed on gilding on some dumb shit, and it's gonna wash. You gonna wash it, and then the little heart gonna peel off, and you gonna be mad. Or you can come to Detroit and have real people putting on real shirts for you, real freshness, real swag, not just I love
real freshness,
real
Eastern Market,
for real.
Hey, we should make a shirt that says real freshness and have like some fruits.
No, you should redesign. Remember the logo? I can't remember what it was called, but the one that you did the photo shoot in that bus with, where it almost looked like it had like the more emblem look and shit like that. It had redo that shirt with that.
Make a new one.
With that shit,
like it's a farmer's company. Real freshness.
But
Detroit,
bro,
Michigan since 2019.
Because think about it though, like what other brand in Detroit, real talk, that's a brand and not like a souvenir kind of thing? For real.
Oh, you
Detroit
wait,
I can't make one shirt. And then
we're gonna have to cut this out.
No, we gotta leave it.
Or what's the name?
Hey, we're taking the market
Detroit
share for somebody.
versus everybody, or God versus everybody, or cancer versus whatever. Everybody versus everybody. It's the same shirt over and over again with a different color on it, and it's dope, but it's not proving my point. My point is, those are like slogans, souvenir kind of things. If you go to Detroit, if you know somebody from Detroit, you get you a Detroit Hustles Hardest shirt, and that's cool.
Yeah, ours is more of, it's like an actual art piece. It's not just like a souvenir.
Exactly. Who's got a brand for real? Like an actual brand that's actually got designs dedicated towards the city, and just dedicated towards just dope people from Michigan, period.
It's true.
I don't know. They probably exist, I'm sure.
I'm sure, but they ain't hard as us.
Yeah. How hard are you?
Wow.
Very hard.
Chicken stone hard, bro. That's how hard he is.
Right.
Chicken stone.
What time?
Chicken stone. We got a little under 7 minutes left. You got to finish that story.
Okay. All right. Here we go. So this guy comes. Listen, everybody. I'm telling this to the
There you go.
kids
So
first.
now you can see the timer.
All right. I see the shot clock. So I'm telling this strictly to the kids. So this old guy comes up to my booth and he's like super orange, but he's like tan. And
we talking like Donald Trump orange, or we talking like Dakota High School tanning orange?
Worse.
Like this dude eats nothing but carrots his whole life.
This guy got a vacation mobile home in the Keys, probably. Like he's real tan and fake tan. He got $1 million mobile home in the Florida Keys somewhere. Oh, my leg fell asleep. All right, so anyway, so he comes up and he's fuck, what shirt did he go to first? Oh, he goes, yeah, like, you don't have enough shirts with pictures on them. I was like, yeah, if you want to check out the website, we have a bunch of other stuff. Like, I'm just here by myself today. The inventory's whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, and then he like walks over to this other rack where it has like the Detroit D, but instead of the center, it's like a augmented one. It has a logo cut out of the middle. So instead of having, so anyways, you know what it looks like. Yeah. So he like walks up to this and he's like, what is this? Is this a chicken? He's like, is this a chicken in a stone? He's like, what is? He's like, is this for like stone? He's like, stone chickens of Detroit.
Stone chickens of Detroit. That's on our next shirt. It's got to be Stone Chickens of Detroit.
Listen,
I was like, hey, listen. My reply, literally like, bro, what you and your wife do in your private life has nothing to do with me. Stone chickens, like, I'm like, I'm just here selling my t-shirts.
Did you say that?
Yeah, I was like super. I said it. I was like super because he was mad. So I wanted to say something. His wife was like looking at like Marcy's stuff or something. You know, like he was just like wasting time there while his wife was buying maybe from Michelle or somebody else. He was like mad as fuck. I was like, look, man, what you and your wife do that's between y'all. But I said it like in a real way where I was like, like he thought that I was thinking he was saying something. He was like, no, that's not what I said. Like, hey, look, man, you came over saying stone chickens. I was like, I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know. Like legit, this guy was like legit fussy, man. And like around that same time, his wife was like done buying lotion or whatever. She's like, come on, and he's like, and you know how I am, and you know how I treat like douchebag customers. I'm not gonna sit there and make eye contact with you and like give you attention. Like I have other stuff that I'm pushing on Instagram. The whole day I was like trying to post stuff on Instagram, and like he just walked off, but I was like, stone chicken. I'm like, damn, this guy, is that an insult, bro?
that was a mad insult. That's why that shit was so funny to me.
Hey, listen, bro.
That's why it's hilarious.
Listen,
you know damn well it's not a stone chicken stone, but that is hilarious,
bro. This chicken stone. This chicken stone has made me a lot of money, bro. You know what I'm doing though?
Is that like the next Pokemon evolution stone? You gotta find a chicken stone now?
Chicken stone. You get the mega evolution.
You know what I'm gonna do now though? I'm gonna re-illustrate, you know those derpy looking chickens on Legend of Zelda?
Yeah.
I'm gonna re-illustrate one of those. I'm gonna illustrate a stone, like a blob stone in some grass. And I'm gonna make a classic logo like that.
Yes.
And I'm gonna do like 15 of them.
Yes.
Put a little Goron by it too.
There's 14 available because I got one already.
Yeah, right. Oh no, you did pre-order. Did you get the first edition?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay.
Yeah, you know I got one.
I didn't even
know
get
I'm
one.
wear it yet. I gotta bust it out right.
I didn't even get one. I ended up selling all 3 of mine because somebody's like, "Come on, man, I wear a medium. Come on, you got so many shirts, you could just print some more." And I was like, "All right, fuck it."
But you can.
I was like, "Give me your $75. I guess I'll sell this shit." I'm like, cool, because I don't care if it's first edition for me. I could just take one of the regular ones.
Yeah.
Right.
But like everybody else was like serious about it. They're like, "Are you sure it's first edition, bro? Did I miss the window?" I'm like, I just lost this shit. It's like 3-week pre-sale.
First edition.
Yeah.
Sounded like his Pokemon cards, bro.
Like, yo, this pre-sale is gonna last 3 payment cycles. You got at least 3 opportunities, or 1.5. I don't know how you get paid.
Right.
Anyways, I'm glad we got to come in here and do the podcast. I'm glad my microphone isn't falling off the table.
Yeah, we gotta keep it set up like this. This works.
Told you.
I like your t-shirt, by the way. It looks real good.
Thank you.
Where'd you get that t-shirt?
EpyonRoyal.com.
Okay, very cool. I'll have to check that out. Doug?
That was such a good plug.
Doug, do you have anything you want to plug?
Come to Easter Market. I'm back this weekend, bitches. Wow!
Hey, Doug likes sweet confections.
Yeah, if you buy me food, that's like the key to my heart.
If you get him a coffee, add 4 sugars, 4 creamers.
No, I'd cut off. I don't drink coffee anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Bring him a water bottle with a logo on it.
Basically.
And if you want a chicken in the stone shirt, let me know in the comments so I can get the 15 pre-orders in. $25 each. All the money is going to the podcast. Just kidding.
Damn. I was like, we need a new table.
Like, hey, chicken in the stone. Hey, that sure would be tight though.
That would.
Yeah, that would be hard.
That would.
I really want to wear it already, but drawer that bitch up.
Let's get it.
So what's up, Fernando? You good? You want to plug anything?
Shout out to my baby dude,
What's the name?
Brooklyn.
Okay, shout
Brooklyn
out to
dude.
Brooklyn. The Cocoa Bean.
November 16th. I can't wait.
Shout out. Right in time for Black Friday. Make it
Right in time for Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Exactly. I'm gonna be stressed out with a baby and Pokemon at the same time. Oof. Anyways,
That
with
dad
free
life.
ASAP, free TK.
Wait, didn't he kill somebody?
Yep.
All right, we got to get out of here. Bye, everybody.
All right, we got to go.